Welcome back. We're about halfway through the show, so let's do a quick recap of the weekend's FCS highlights, starting with NDSU and Robert Morris. The score may have been impressive in this one, but it wasn't all from the offense. Sophomore Cordell Pimienta from Ruskin, Florida, picks off Matthew Barr and takes it to the house for 6. But we can't give the defense all the credit. The offense here. Running back Lance Dunn with a 61-yard touchdown run, one of his 4 scores on the day, 3 on the ground, 1 through the air. NDSU cruises to the 56-0 shutout of Robert Morris, holding the Colonials to just 57 yards of total offense. Second-ranked NDSU now sits at 3-0 and opens up Valley play this weekend by welcoming Missouri State to the Fargo Dome. Moving on to our only other FCS game of the weekend, Big Sky opener for UND. Montana State visits Grand Forks, and Jake Disterhopt gets UND on the board with that pick 6. They were down 21-0 when that happened. But it would be all Montana State from there. Chris Murray, the quarterback, finds Kevin Cassis for the 44-yard touchdown reception, one of Murray's 3 touchdown passes on the day, and the Bobcats cruise to a 49-21 road win at the Alaris. And with those highlights brought some well-deserved accolades for a few Bison, which brings us to our best of portion of the show. NDSU running back Lance Dunn earned Missouri Valley Co-Offensive Player of the Week after a stellar performance in the 56-0 routing you just saw against Robert Morris. The junior from Waterloo, Iowa scored 4 touchdowns on 4 plays in the win and had scoring runs of 61, 5, and 45 yards and a 10-yard touchdown reception to total 121 all-purpose yards. Dunn is the first NDSU player to score 4 touchdowns in a single game since the 2010 playoffs, and he currently leads the FCS with 9 TDs through 3 games. So to put that in a little better perspective, he scored every time he's touched the ball. Another Bison receiving the weekly Missouri Valley honor is linebacker Jabril Cox, who earned Newcomer of the Week. The redshirt freshman from Kansas City tallied a team-high 8 tackles and had a fumble recovery that led to a touchdown in Saturday's big win. He was also in on 1 tackle for loss and made 4 stops on kickoff coverage as NDSU's defense held Robert Morris, like I said earlier, 57 total yards of offense and not even 1 trip past midfield in 14 possessions. Cox currently leads the Bison with 15 total tackles through 3 games. Moving on to more from the Missouri Valley, even though USD had a bye week this past weekend, they made an exciting move in the FCS coaches poll and also the Stats FCS Top 25, breaking the top 10 at number 10. This is the highest ranking for the Coyotes at the FCS level and the program's highest since reaching number 8 in the AFCA Division II poll during the 2007 season. South Dakota is one of 5 MVFC teams ranked in the top 10 and one of 7 Valley programs ranked in the top 20. This is the 3rd time in Valley history that 5 teams sit in the top 10. And finally, a junior kicker for Rapid City, Corbin Mahaffey, Rapid City Stevens, hit 3 field goals against Washington on Friday night. That's tied for the 2nd most field goals in a game without missing in South Dakota high school football history. He said he's been working more on his mental game and a positive mindset than on his physical kicking. All that mental work has paid off. He hit a 27-yarder, a 42-yarder, and a 55-yard field goal last week. The 55-yarder is tied for the 3rd longest in South Dakota high school football history.
The 50-yarder, it felt great coming off my foot. I felt like I locked out and hit the ball here. I picked my head up after I got hit by one of their players, and I saw it going through. One of their players tried to jump and swat it out. I saw that happen. It went through. And I went berserk. My coach and I ran to each other, hugged each other. It was cool. 43-yarder. It was going into the wind, again, like that mindset I was talking about. I had the positive mindset. When I kicked it and I saw it start to pull up a little bit, I was thinking, oh shoot, this might not be good, and I saw it go through, and again, I went crazy.
And finally, onto the cross-country course. Let's take it to the Roy Griak Invitational held at the University of Minnesota over the weekend, where some Dakota athletes represented the states extremely well, starting with UMary's Lexi Zeiss. The Bismarck native captured her 3rd straight Roy Griak Invitational Championship, clocking a time of 21 minutes, 41.3 seconds. That time was over 1 minute faster than her closest competitor, helping the senior lead the nation's 4th-ranked Marauders to a 3rd-place finish at the prestigious meet. Zeiss was the 2015 NCAA Division II cross-country champion and the 2016 national runner-up.
Awesome feeling. Coming in, that was my main goal, and also to break 22, and also to help the team. But just to come here and win it again, honestly, it still hasn't hit me yet. After last year when I won it, I told Coach, I was like, I want to become a three-peat. I want to break, because he told me, he's like, there's only one other girl that's ever won 3, and I was like, I want to be another girl that does that. So to be able to do that and then have a strong team that's behind my back and everything, then I can lead them also to have another strong year.
Also at the same meet, USF's Mason Phillips became the first Cougar runner to win the individual competition at the Roy Griak. The sophomore from Bailey, Colorado clocked in at 25 minutes and 31 seconds, leading a group of 3 USF runners in the top 17 and beating his closest competitor by 29 seconds.
Well, early, our main goal was to pull away at like 5K in, but me and my friend Steven pulled away around 4K and just stayed in front of the lead pack, and then once 5K came along, we just had to go for it, really go for it. So I was just thinking, get as fast as you can. There's no one in front of you, so just go all the way. I think it really builds us up, gives us a lot of confidence. We're ready for conference and regionals, and I think we're ready to go into nationals too. So I think it just brings so much confidence to our team.
Keeping the Sioux Falls connection, the Augustana men won the team championship at the Invite, finishing 105 points ahead of the second-place team, Central Missouri. The Vikings placed 4 runners in the top 10, led by Alec Cray, who finished 3rd overall with a time of 26 minutes and 9 seconds. Congratulations to all those athletes on great performances. Next on the show, some new contributors to Athlete Tweets, comedy in the form of 140 characters or less. That's coming up next on Midco Sports Tonight.
Midco Sports Tonight, presented by Avera Orthopedics.